Hello friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today, y'all, we literally just got a gorgeous delivery of some brand new shrubs, and I cannot wait to share them with you. So we're going to take a little look-see. We have got some online specials for our perennials, so stay tuned. I am going to share those with you as well. We have got the perennials here at the Garden Center are buy one, well, they're 50% off. You can say buy one, get one free, right? So but they're 50% off. So come shop. This sale lasts while supplies last. So the early bird gets the worm. We have already had customers taking great advantage of this. You do not want to miss out. So let's look at these beautiful new shrubs that just arrived from Saunders Brothers in Virginia. They are the home of the new gen boxwoods. Those are the boxwoods that we're going to be using at the front of our house for the front porch renovation. So we, in fact, let me just show you right now. So got Johnny here, and I went ahead and we pulled our 10 new gen Independence boxwoods for that project. We've got plenty here, so trust me, when we ordered the 10 for us, and then we ordered, I think, 40 something, yeah, 40 for y'all. So we have got plenty of these. The new gens are really that new generation of boxwoods that have that great resistance to boxwood blight, of course with proper care, the good resistance to the boxwood leaf miner. They are stunning. Of course, all boxwoods are deer resistant, and so Independence is going to be a nice kind of a slow grower. So in 15 years, it'll be 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide. Basically, you're going to get 2 to 4 inches of growth per year. Boxwoods are fantastic because they're hardy in zones of 5B to 8, and they can do anywhere from full sun to shade. They are just a gorgeous, and look at all of this new growth on these things. These are 3 gallons. They are beautiful. They have been pruned lovely, so they have a beautiful shape. These are going to go directly in front of our front porch as kind of the backdrop for all the other beautiful shrubs that are going in. So if you're interested in boxwoods, cannot recommend these new gens enough to you. So we have got Independence. Now, if Independence, and we'll show it to you in just a second, well, we'll go there now. If Independence is going to be too big for you, then you might want to check out Liberty Bell. Liberty Bell is a cutie patootie, let me tell you. It is going to be short and wide, and you can tell already just by the habit on it. See, look what an absolute difference this is. So Liberty Bell is going to have all of the same great characteristics as your Independence, but this is going to be 1.5 tall, 3 feet wide in 15 years. It'll grow about 1.5 to 3 inches per year, but it's just going to be a different size, a different shape. So Liberty Bell is a really cute one. So it's just going to depend on the application that you're going to be using in your yard as to far as which one you use. Absolutely, if you love boxwoods as much as I do, you absolutely could have them both in your yard for, again, the different applications. So love that. Look at these diervillas. I was looking at it and I was like, where can I put that in my yard? So this is Kodiak Orange. Y'all, diervillas are such an amazing shrub, and I have not taken advantage of diervillas. I need to do that. So the Kodiak Orange is going to be hardy in zones 4 to 7. It can handle zone 8 here. So you're going to put it in a little bit more like that afternoon shade, 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. Full sun to part shade. So again, for us, we're going to use that in a more like afternoon shade area. It is a native plant, beautiful foliage, super easy. I mean, it kind of reminds you a little bit. So down here off of the side, we have candy corn spirea. So it definitely is giving those candy corn vibes. And so the Kodiak Orange is going to give you brilliant orange foliage in the spring and fall. Very shade tolerant, and they will bloom, so they'll do these little cute little yellow flowers. We actually have, I think, some of the Kodiak Orange. We have a couple of the Kodiaks that we're going to be putting in the wood, like the hill garden back there, the signature garden. So these are 3 gallons, and they are beautiful. Diervillas are deciduous, so if you're looking for a nice size native shrub to go into your landscape, I was going to look at the medium deer resistance. So there you go on that. So a gorgeous shape, color will look great here in the south in that more shady area. You can do like the filtered sun, but definitely give it a break in the afternoon. You don't want hot afternoon sun on those guys. Abelias, oh my gosh. We got the Brilliantina, and this is some of the prettiest abelia that we have gotten. And y'all, they're in full bloom and they are so fragrant. They smell amazing. So abelias, look at these. As Cece said, it's like a tamed down kaleidoscope. So if you're familiar with kaleidoscope, it can be very, very bold. Brilliantina still gives you those bright colors. So you've got in that new foliage, you've got some of those reds and those yellows and oranges, but as it matures, then you take on the greens and the creams. So it's not quite as bold as kaleidoscope, which for some people, that is a very good thing. Abelias do bloom this time of year, and y'all, these have these pure white flowers. They've just started to bloom. Smell amazing. If it were not a cloudy, rainy day, the pollinators, the bumblebees, would be all over these plants. So abelias, we love them here in the south. They are evergreen, and they are hardy in zones at 6 to 9. Basically, they're going to be 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. Anywhere, they need at least a minimum of 5 hours of sun. And you get these gorgeous, gorgeous flowers late summer. Your pollinators are super happy, especially like your honeybees, your bumblebees, butterflies love them to come to them. So your abelias are going to be those great, like I said, evergreen shrubs. And so what you're going to want to do is every late winter, for us, that looks like sometime like mid-February through March, you're going to want to prune them. Go ahead and just get your electric trimmers out and give them a good shape. Give them like a little meatball shape. That way they won't get too big and floppy and leggy. So we prune them one time a year and they bloom. You don't have to worry about that. They'll go ahead and bloom for you in the late summer. We're actually going to be using an abelia in the front of the house. We're not going to use Brilliantina. We're using Mucho Gusto just because of a color difference. We have Mucho Gusto in the signature garden. I have it up at the chicken coop. So if you are looking for a nice low mounted habit as an evergreen in the front of your house like we needed, abelias are the way to go. They are amazing. All right. Those of you that are looking for some nice evergreen structure, maybe for the corner of your house or a specimen, we've got North Poles. So these North Poles are going to be in 7 gallons. They are stunning. North Pole arborvitae is a beautiful, nice, upright, evergreen tree, hardy in zones 3 to 7, full sun to part shade, 10 to 15 feet tall, 3 to 5 feet wide. So those of you that say, well, Jenny, why in the world, you're in North Carolina, a zone 8A. Why in the world are you selling me a tree that's only hardy to zone 7? Well, because sugar, I have lots of experience with North Poles, and they handle our North Carolina zone 8A climate with the heat and the humidity wonderfully well. Why do I say that? Well, let me show you. There you go. There are North Poles at the end of the berm. Y'all, these things are unbelievable. They have been here for 3 years. When we planted them 3 years ago, it's not even been quite 3 years. It'll be 3 years in like November. And I don't remember if they were 7 gallons or 15. They may have only been 7, but when we planted them, they were just kissing the top of the rail right here. And look at them, they are gorgeous. Now, so we have, what, 6 of those right here. I have never pruned them. I have done nothing to them. They do get, here comes the rain. They do get lots and lots of sun, but they get a break in the afternoon because of the way that the natural trees are. So if you have them and you want to add them, it might be beneficial to go ahead and give them a break in the afternoon from that hot sun. But man, North Poles are great. A lot of times if you want to, people will use them maybe on the corner of their house, then that's okay, you can do that. The rain has stopped. I tell you, that's the thing about late summer rains, they come and go. So you can use it as a specimen, you can use it as a hedge like we're doing, however you want to use it. Also, Got in some gorgeous El Niños, right? El Niño Chatalpa is that desert orchid. They are beautiful. These are 3 gallons. They are well branched. They have been pruning them, which is good because your El Niños, they bloom on new growth. So that is perfectly fine. Trying to get this here so you can see how beautiful they are. They are very fast growers, and they do really well. So they do these beautiful pink, kind of like a snapdragon-like flower on it that are very fragrant. They are hardy in zones 6 to 9, 10 to 15 tall, 8 to 10 wide, and they absolutely do grow that big, that fast. So ideally what you're going to do is as it grows, you're going to prune it so that it's like a multi-trunked tree. So that's kind of the ideal look for it. Think of like a dwarf crepe myrtle in the shape and structure. So you have those multi-trunks, and so let's see on this one, and come back down here. See, it's already got it. So you've got 2 right here. So as it grows, what you would do is just like prune, like you would just take off that leaf, right? So as they grow, we would just take off these lower leaves, because these lower leaves actually will turn into some stems. So we take those off, and as it grows, you just keep kind of cleaning it up as it goes. So where this one has 3 nice big stalks, so you can come in and just pinch off those leaves, and as it grows, you can clean it up from the bottom. I kind of keep mine clean. I may do it, definitely do it twice a year, sometimes even 3 times a year. But just kind of when you go out there, and once you kind of know, like this size, you already know where your stems are, your trunks are gonna be. So you just kind of keep those leaves pinched off. And then if you do get a limb that actually forms, or as it's growing, you're like, well, that limb needs to come out, just cut it off, y'all. It's fine. So then you have this beautiful structure with all the action up top. So there you go on that. We got some phenomenal lavender, because we cannot keep phenomenal lavender in stock. And y'all, we were pulling it off the rack and it smells amazing. This is without a doubt my absolute #1 favorite lavender. It does really well here in the South. It can handle the heat and humidity. And then we got a small handful, 6 of them, of the spigillas. Look at this, beautiful native perennial. Y'all, these things are amazing. This is an Indian pink, that spigilla, beautiful native that your hummingbirds go nuts over. These guys are not going to be on sale. These are not part of the 50% off, and that is just because one, we just brought them in. We have 6 of them, and I'm not going to lie, these things are they're a little pricey for us to even get, and that is because spigillas, being that native, it's one of those interesting plants where it's very hard to get it growing. Like from a grower's perspective, it's hard to get it growing. So whenever we order it, say like from Walters, we know we're gonna lose probably at least like half the crop, because it can be so finicky. And it's not just us, that's like across the board. So your spigillas, wherever you go, more than likely, they're gonna be more expensive than your other perennials, just because it is very hard and time consuming to get them to that point. But if you can get them at this point and put them in the landscape, then they do great. It's just getting them to this stage is a little challenging. So that is why they're gonna be a little bit more expensive, and they're not gonna be on sale with that 50% off. Let's see, let me see if I'm missing something. All right, so that wraps up this delivery. And then of course, last week we got some gorgeous shrubs in as well. Y'all, I'm telling you, fall is the time to plant. If you hear one thing I say, and you're in the Southeast, if you're in this region, anywhere in the Southeast, I would say zones 7 and warmer, the fall is the best time to plant your trees, your shrubs, your perennials. They do an amazing job. They can transition and handle the heat next year so much better if you get them in the ground in the fall. What is fall here in the South? Anywhere, September, October, November, December. Yes, even December, we can put them in the ground because our ground never freezes. We're not like our sweet friends in Michigan or New York or Maine or New Hampshire, right? our winters are very mild compared to everybody else, and the plants do great. So we have got the candy corn spirea. Beautiful color. It is amazing. We love double play candy corn. It will flower in the spring. It is stunning. A nice shape to it, like a 3x3, really. So if you don't want the brightness of candy corn, then we have got the double play doozy. Doozy is what I have in my backyard, and I adore it. It does these beautiful raspberry-like flowers. It is sterile, so it continuously blooms. You've got these continuous blooms throughout the season, and just a gorgeous display. They are deciduous. It's all right. You can go ahead and in the late winter, again, that February into March, prune them like a little meatball. It's okay, because they're going to flush out, and then they're going to have this nice kind of free-flowing habit. So make them a meatball when they're sticks. It's all right, and then they'll flush out and be just fine. So we have got those, the glow pops, Japanese hollies. So if you like the look of a boxwood, but maybe you've had boxwood blight, you've had there's a boxwood moth. I don't know if you've heard about that. Thankfully, it's nowhere near here in the South. It's still like in the Midwest and North. Praise the Lord, please keep it up there. But a great alternative to boxwoods are Japanese hollies. So they still give you all of the color and structure of a boxwood, but they're not. So you're not going to be worried about those diseases or pests. So this is glow pop. Glow pop is going to be in that 2 to 3 foot tall and wide range. Beautiful chartreuse color. So you need to give this at least 5 hours of sun so it retains this color. If you put it in the shade, it's going to turn dark green like a traditional Japanese holly. But glow pop needs the color, the sun, in order to turn that color. So beautiful on that. We have got stunning Incrediballs. These are some of the prettiest Incrediballs I have seen. They are massive. Those 3 gallons. Of course, Incrediballs are an arborescent. They bloom on new growth. They have been pruned earlier, and so you're getting buds. So you're going to get flowers this season. Again, if you hear one thing that I say here in the South, if you want hydrangeas in your garden, please plant them now in the fall. Right, it doesn't have to be this very second, but in the fall, like we talked about, September through December, the perfect time to plant your hydrangeas. I was like, in my brain, what I'm thinking about is there's certain hydrangeas that I want to get, add for my garden, and I was thinking of those, but yeah, so hydrangeas. So we've got those. We've got Incrediballs. We've got pufferfish, beautiful pufferfish. These are going to be great panicles, full sun. Your pufferfish is going to be, here in the South, it's going to be 5 to 6 feet tall and wide. The tag says 3 to 5. Yeah, no, not 3 feet tall around here. Hardy in zones 3 to 8. So we've got those. We've got tidbits, y'all. So both of these are tidbits. They are gorgeous. Love, love Firelight Tidbit. Another nice, small, short, petite panicle hydrangea. This is what we are going to be using in our front yard renovation because, oh, let me come over here. We got one that's really like in bloom. Because it's nice and short and petite. I have them in the cottage garden. They are stunning. And Tidbit is going to start out with a little bit of lime in it with that creamy white. And then especially like these crops that have those blooms and those buds right now, in the fall, they're gonna take on these nice pink hues. So Firelight Tidbit, basically think of it as like a 3x3. That's basically what you're going to get with your Firelight Tidbit. Nice, really strong, stocky stems on it. It is not going to flop whatsoever. So we have got those. Another great option for those folks who like that chartreuse color in their full sun garden, we have got the golden hugendorns. That's what these guys are right here. Look at those. Aren't those cute? So you've got this great evergreen color. So the golden hugendorn, it is a holly. It is a soft holly. You're not going to get, there's like, look, there's no prickability here. And so it is an Ilex granata. And you get that brilliant golden yellow foliage, 3 to 4 tall, 4 to 5 wide. So a different shape and size than the glow pop, but in that same kind of idea of if you want that evergreen, but you just don't like boxwoods at all, then try out the golden Hugendorns. They are beautiful. We thought about using the Japanese hollies in the front of our house with that, renovation that we're doing, but we're worried that we may not get enough sun where they're going to go to keep that brilliant chartreuse color. And so that's why we're not going to go with those, is because the sun level is questionable and we have to have that great 5 to 6 hours or more of sun in order to get the brightness of those Japanese hollies. Y'all, we just are looking at these beautiful Let's Dance Sky View hydrangeas. The Let's Dance Sky View, you've heard us talk about it before. It is one of the plants by our sweet friend Megan Matai from Spring Meadow Nursery, which is of course the home of the Proven Winners Color Choice Shrubs. This is the hydrangea of the year in 2024. It is the what they're calling a continuous blooming hydrangea. It is a cross between a macrophylla and a serrata, hardy in zones 4 to 9, 2 to 3 feet tall, 2 to 4 feet wide. But Let's Dance Sky View is just an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous hydrangea. So depending on your soil's pH level, you're either gonna get blues or you're gonna get pinks, you could get purples, you could get a whole smattering of colors on this hydrangea, and it blooms on old growth, new growth. Like once it starts blooming, it just keeps on going throughout the entire season. So Let's Dance the Sky View is a gorgeous one, nice manageable shape and size, so it's not gonna be out of control. Now, some of y'all love to prune your shrubs, which is great. Please don't prune this. Just don't even touch it. Give it plenty of room that it needs so it can grow, but don't touch it. The only time that I would say to prune this hydrangea is in springtime, once it has completely flushed out, and maybe there's a stem or two that died during the winter. It happens all the time. So it has zero foliage on it. You bend it and it snaps. That one you can prune. Otherwise, don't touch it. If you prune it, you're going to affect the blooms. So just leave it alone. Give it plenty of room, leave it alone. You got me? You hear me? Okay. So then, of course, all the perennials here at the garden center are 50% off. The select ones online, stay tuned. I'm going to tell you what the online specials are. And then we have got, oh yeah, here we go. Then we've got the Tough Stuff Aha, which is a beautiful serrata. Love this one. It has that gorgeous lace cap to it. Stunning reblooming mountain hydrangea. Again, pH dependent. It's going to either be blue or it's going to be pink, 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. So just a beautiful, really tough hydrangea. So if you have, I tell people all the time, if you have that area that the sun is weird, you don't get enough sun for your panicles, but you get too much sun for your macrophyllas, try the serratas, the tough stuff. Whether it's the original tough stuff, tiny tough stuff, aha, you name it, they're gonna do great. Mama has that area in her garden and hers are unbelievable. They are some of the prettiest hydrangeas I have ever seen in my life. So this is a great hydrangea for those weird spots in your garden. So we have got tons of options for you, y'all. All the perennials, 50% off here at the garden center, minus the two that I showed you at the beginning. And then there you go. It is a great time. We would love to help you. In fact, we've got a customer here that brought her paperwork, her drawings, and she's talking with Cece, getting some ideas for her garden. So if you want to come out and you need, if you need just some general help, you don't have to make an appointment. Just come on out, but bring pictures, know kind of what the size of your space is, and know your sun, especially like the summer sun. If you need like more in-depth help, like really like a whole renovation help, then we need to make an appointment for that, and you can you can call the garden center and make an appointment to do that, because that's going to be a little bit more involved. But we would love to help you. We have got plants. Also, this is that time of year where we're going to be bringing in plants a lot. So if you have some plant ideas that you need for your garden, let us know, because we'd be more than happy to help acquire those plants for you. All right, y'all, there's a perennial that I just have to show you because, oh my goodness, I love this perennial. What am I talking about? Well, this is the Fall in Love So Sweetly Japanese anemone. And this is a great, beautiful perennial that is a fall bloomer. The Fall in Love Sweetly is fantastic because it has that double bloom. Traditionally, your anemones are going to be a single bloom. These are a double, beautiful pink. So we do have some of these still at the garden center. So if you're interested, you need to come. Now, Japanese anemones, sometimes they get a bad rap because they will spread like wildfire. You can see this stand that I have here. We're just off of the lot here at the pergola. We have had this stand here for 6 or 7 years, and this is what it looks like. I think I started with maybe like 5 1 gallon perennials, and so there you go. So yes, they do naturalize, but they are not crazy where they're going to literally take over your entire garden. The great thing is if you love them as much as I do, then you can put them in, and then as they grow through the years, you can dig them up, you can move them to other parts of the yard, you can give them away, you can do whatever you want. But yes, they will spread, but where we live, they are not crazy invasive. I had some along the creek, and I was like, oh my dear heavens. And so these are beautiful. And then that flower on that is stunning. All right, so my online people, thanks for paying attention and staying with me in there. So we have got 4 great, more shade-loving perennials that are going to be 50% off. You do not need a code. We will have that marked for you automatically. So, and these, I have all 4 of them in my gardens, and I love them. So, for online people, no code needed. You have got these beauties. You have got the, one of my all-time favorites. This is the Brilliance autumn fern. Autumn ferns are going to be evergreens. It is called Brilliance because your new foliage, you see how it's this nice copper color? Y'all, it's not dead. This is new foliage. This is what it's supposed to do. You've got new growth right here, all in here. These are not dead stems. This is exactly what you want to see. So all, of course, our online perennials are quart size. So you get a beautiful, healthy plant headed your way. You can go ahead and add this to your garden. Brilliance can do part to full shade and is hardy in zones. Let me find my tag and get it clean. It's a little dirty. 6 to 9. And they're basically going to be about like 2 feet tall. They will, the mound, it just gets bigger every year. Again, beautiful plant. Fatsia, spider's web. You saw me plant this a couple of weeks ago in a container, so it's going to hang out in that container, and then I will add it to the garden. This too is an evergreen. It is called spider's web because it will have that variegation on it. So it'll have some green, it'll have some of that white in there. A beautiful evergreen. This is from our friends at Terra Nova. Hardy in zones 7 to 9, so it's going to be more of that southern garden, part shade to full shade. 5 feet tall, 4 feet wide, so that the height on that also includes when it has the bloom. But this is going to be a nice, big, beautiful specimen evergreen plant in that shade garden. Or if you need a beautiful backdrop to your garden, get a couple of them and put them in there. Love the spider's web. It is a beautiful one. Next, I think a lot of people are familiar with the Proven Winners Crested Surf. So this is a Japanese, oh my gosh, the tag's in there. Honey, can you help me? It is a beautiful Japanese painted fern. It is going to be about 22 inches tall. It is called Crested Surf because on the tips, it will have these little tufts. Now y'all, Crested Surf she's been living her life in the greenhouse, and yes, her little tips are a little crusty. Do not let that bother you. You saw, I couldn't get the tag out because the root system on here is so great. This is going to be completely deciduous. So as soon as a freeze or frost comes, it's going to die back. Don't let a little crispiness on the leaves bother you. You're getting it for 50% off in a beautiful, nice, strong, healthy root system. So if they come to you and they're a little crispy, don't write me and complain that they're a little crispy. They're 50% off. They will be fine. Put them in the ground. They will thrive. I even had some Japanese painted ferns. I'm going to tell you this. In my yard that were crispy. They looked 10 times worse than this. I sheared them to the ground. In less than 2 weeks, they were completely bounced back, full, gorgeous, brand new foliage, absolutely stunning. So yes, it's a little crispy. You'll be fine. Said that with love. Hardy in zones 3 to 8. So love this. Definitely gonna be more for the shade. And then last but not least, we have Godzilla. Now, Godzilla is really fun because what they did is they crossed with Godzilla, a Japanese painted fern. So you get that beautiful kind of that silvery color from the Japanese painted with a lady fern. So you're gonna get height with this guy, but you're gonna get the color of that Japanese painted. So they call it a giant Japanese painted fern because it will get to be about 3 feet tall. So it's going to get some beautiful height. I have Godzillas in my garden, love them, and they are hardy in zones 3 to 8 as well. So it makes a beautiful presence in your garden. So we have got 2 deciduous shade perennials and we have got 2 evergreen shade perennials. All of them are great. In a zone 8A, they all thrive in my climate. So I know that especially the ferns, my gosh, they're so hardy and adaptable. You're gonna love them. So shop while you can. So they are, while they last, they will be that 50% off. But lots of fun things happening here at the Garden Center online. And so we encourage you to, if you're local, come see us. It's a great time to be planting. If you're online, check us out as well. As always, if y'all have found this fun, informative, inspirational, we would love it if you would like and subscribe. That way you don't miss those 5 videos that we do each and every week. Y'all have an amazing day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.